And we're back with another episode of Before You Buy. That's show where we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. As usual, it's me, Jake, and today we're just doing a quick look. We jumped into Gears of War Reloaded this morning. 2006 is back again. This OG Gears of War 1 was actually remastered as Gears Ultimate Edition in 2015. And now that remaster is essentially back with more features, higher resolution, faster frame rates, more enhancements, and it's cross-platform. It's a release of an already solid remaster, but the big thing here is that it's now on PS5. That's what you see the footage here. We captured all our footage on PS5 with a DualSense controller. This is pretty historic. It's kind of why I wanted to make a video. I know there have been other Xbox titles on PlayStation now, Forza, Indiana Jones more recently, but Gears was an Xbox mainstay for such a long time. Now, the only thing in my mind bigger than this is Halo. It really seems like the floodgates are open because this is like a full handshake. By that, I mean, it's just like a back and forth, give and take. Everybody's working with one another. I fired up this Gears of War. I was able to then, on this PlayStation, log into my Microsoft account. And then with all of that, there is cross-platform, cross-progression, cross-trophies and achievements. It's pretty wild to see go down. If you're crazy enough playing on PS5, you can jump over to Xbox and have all your multiplayer progress or your campaign progress carry over, your trophies, all that stuff. And then when you play online, you can play with people on PC, Xbox, PS5, whatever. I just wanted to put that all up front, right out of the gate, because I think that is the most exciting, the most interesting part about this re-release. It's just cool to see more people getting access to more games, I think is good. And I also think a lot of people are finally going to be exposed to Gears of War that haven't. So I will say that, a lot of people are asking, with so many other games out there, why try Gears of War in 2025? Why now? Well, it is a throwback game, of course, but I still think it holds up incredibly well. After a couple of hours of multiplayer, I was locked in. It was sweaty palms, blurred vision, just zeroing in on this twitchy, crazy gameplay. Gears of War is essentially a cover-based, chunky, third-person shooter. It's pretty straightforward. It's all about ducking behind chest-high walls, getting the drop on your enemy, shotgunning them in the face, chainsawing them, or just shooting them. When it first came out, it had campaign and multiplayer, and the campaign really won people over for its memorable characters and cool moments. I gotta say, with Gears of War, it's very much it just kind of looks like bro-y shooter. You're just big, chunky brute guys, and there's blood and guts everywhere. But honestly, the campaign, the story, has a lot of heart, memorable characters that you're actually gonna feel for, a squad that sticks with you, and just so many moments that I honestly think haven't really been replicated in a lot of games. The action is unparalleled here, but also just the level of fun sci-fi shit. The types of creatures, the Locust Army, the vehicles, the weapons, the technology, the actual surrounding culture of this planet. All that lore is there, all of it is interesting, and there's a reason why Gears went on to make more games, but also had spin-off books, comic books and stuff, comic books which you can actually unlock and access in the extras mode here. Gears of War was a whole thing. So yeah, I do think you should still experience it.
Nice! Yeah, whoa! Bring it on, baby! Piece of shit.
We should use the Hammer of Dawn all the time.
Does it feel a little old in spots? Yeah. Totally. After playing through some of the campaign, my biggest issues here, first of all, it was very wild getting used to playing the game on a DualSense controller. I was just so used to the muscle memory on Xbox. You can tell I'm not very accurate, but my only real issue was that sometimes the squad AI just seemed worse than I remember. Like Dom would get stuck, people would take cover in weird positions, leaving themselves out in the open. They would kind of try and clip their way through doorways that a character didn't push open yet. Just weird glitchy stuff where it's like a remaster of an old game. That should all be working completely fine. It was nothing crazy. It didn't break the game or anything, but it was just a little annoying to see. Along with that, the only other thing is the color palette. Like this color palette, it happens with all remasters, remakes. We talk about it a lot, but like the original color and feel and dark and grime is not really here. It's definitely brightened up. It's cleaned up. It's still gritty and grimy and overall grayer than your average game, but it doesn't have that exact quite look or feel as the original. Kind of think of like the change from Elder Scrolls Oblivion to the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster they released a couple of months back. Still, what you do get here is playing the game in 4K at 60 frames per second. 60 frames per second in a campaign on console is really, really good to see. The game does have a lot of options in terms of like accessibility, video, audio settings, and I was able to take advantage of my 120 hertz refresh rate on my TV. And yeah, the game absolutely screams. I didn't have any hitches or anything like that. It seems like it's pretty smooth. Again, I always say I'm not the frame counter, I'm not the pixel counter, I'm not Digital Foundry, but going by feel, it seemed good. It's sharper, faster, higher quality, and the game looks really detailed. And also, the art style for 2005 just really translated well to higher resolution, better textures, all that. It's actually a beautiful game. The campaign has multiple difficulty modes. It's worth trying out a lot of them. You can play through them all with a friend and probably like between 8 to 10 hours. But again, the difficulty mode really kind of adds a good extra bit of replayability because playing it on a hard difficulty really does change the game. And what's always really made it fun for me is the fluid yet chunky cover system, really interesting weapons, good gore and brutality, gameplay that emphasizes like some muscle memory and really getting the twitch-based jumping from cover to cover movement going and just playing aggressively. And that carries over to the multiplayer, which as you can tell here, I am totally rusty. And I think that says a lot to the player base. Last time I was really playing and getting kind of good was Gears 5, but I had played so much Xbox 360 Gears multiplayer back in the day, so some of that instinct is still there, but clearly day one, like all the people jumping on now are people who probably already have loved the franchise forever, and it shows that they've been keeping their skills fresh. I have been getting smoked, headshotted, domed, up close shotgun with the Nasher. Like it's everything Gears of War you expect to happen to you has been happening already. It seems like the community has really taken to this one. They're getting the meta. And yeah, I was only able to experience so much of this because I only had a couple of matches where I was good, but that's kind of the addictive nature here. You're going to get into matches where you're just absolutely dumpstered like I was, constantly. Then every once in a while, you'll get a good match where you feel confident and you feel like the ultimate badass, literally just exploding dudes right in front of you. And it's that give and take, that push and pull, that win and lose that just makes this game feel like you just want to, just one more match. That's what's always been it for me. And impressively, the multiplayer suite is not like half-assed here. You have social matches, you have competitive matches. You can also do private matches with full choices of like different rules and maps, and you get to set everything. Along with that, there's ranking, you level up. There's different little fun gun skins and character skins you can use. And despite it being like fully featured and having everything you're probably looking for in terms of all the modes, King of the Hill, the 2v2, the Snasher modes, like all the stuff that people want, I also just appreciate that they didn't try and force in like a battle pass or all this new complex progression or monetization. All of it's pretty straightforward. You win, you do good in matches, you rank up. The game isn't trying to ask you to buy anything else, and I don't know, I know it's an old game, so they're not going to do that as much, but like I just appreciated that it is still just what it is. Matches can be incredibly intense, and like I said, if you find yourself just getting absolutely destroyed, just ran over, stick with it, follow people, see what they do, and eventually you'll probably get the ins and outs of navigating cover, when to retreat, when to just get up close and nash someone in the face. Because this game has some of the best shooting, some of the best hip firing ever, still, like it hasn't been topped, and I do really think it's worth experiencing if you like third-person shooters, but you're a little bit of a multiplayer junkie. But again, too, to go back and really kind of round things up, there's that campaign that just really hits.
No, we're here for Outrun the Resonator. Come on!
Marcus Phoenix is a great character. Dom is really the heart of the crew. Coltrane and Baird, like, they're just great. You like everybody with you. Even Carmine, God rest his soul.
Are you the Marcus Phoenix? The one who fought at Asfield Fields? Yep. Wow, cool!
But kind of seeing this world unfold in front of you, you start to understand it more. You understand, like, you're dropped into a world that's already been at war for like 14 years, this kind of fallen civilization. But also the cutscene direction and just the overall music is out of this world. The music still, I think, hits to this day. It really took me by surprise, especially playing with like the enhanced sound. I was like, damn, this music really hits. It's cinematic, it's over the top, but it's just right. It feels like it's built for a movie. So like, I know I'm kind of glazing Gears of War here, but like, I think sometimes it's fun to just take a victory lap. I think it's cool that Gears of War is now on a new platform. And like I said, it seems like it's gonna take a long time for me to get used to playing on a DualSense, but revving that chainsaw on a DualSense is really cool. And if you're not playing on PS5, you're just getting a fresher version of it on Xbox too. As much as I would like for some of that squad glitchiness to get fixed up, like I like what I'm seeing here so far. I'm looking forward to getting back to playing more. And that's probably what I'm going to do right now. So let us know in the comments what you think about Gears of War Reloaded. It's a brighter, shinier re-release, a re-release of a remaster. Yeah, I get that. But honestly, it's just a good excuse to talk about Gears of War. So let me know what you think. If you have any history with the franchise, what was your first game? A lot of people, 2 and 3 was their first game. Maybe you started with the first one like I did and loved it from day one. Let's talk about anything Gears down in the comments. If you like this video, clicking the like button helps us out. We really appreciate that. And if you're new, consider subscribing, maybe hitting that notification bell because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.